Welcome, friends of the Greasy Shop Rag. Today we're going to take a look at my toolbox. This will be the 4th edition of the toolbox tour. It hasn't quite been 4 years, but there's been some new additions and I wanted to bring you up to date. So first of all, we're looking at a box that's 9 feet wide and 7.5 feet tall. Some of these parts are Harbor Freight, like this 72-inch bottom box, the side locker, and the 26-inch top box. The hutch, the cabinet, the triple rack, and now the printer center I built myself. So any of you that have been watching these videos, you know that this is a new addition, and we'll get into that. So the first thing I want to talk about is I installed a central locking system. So when I hit the unlock button, things just automatically come open. So the triple rack is a system that I designed with pull-out drawers and tools on them. We'll take a closer look at that. The hutch has got a roll-up door. I've got a laptop in here and a battery system for things like these lights here and these lights. Got an upper cabinet. It also has lights. And then we have the locker that's lit up with a proximity sensor for the light. And now the printer rack. So basically all this is a dust-free place to keep this printer. If you've been watching these updates, you know that that printer used to live right here. And I mean, it got really dusty and dirty. And that bag up there is like spare change of clothes. And that was taking up space up here. I mean, that wasn't doing me any good. So I moved it over here. I've got a place to keep paper. And I think that's going to work out pretty well. You know, I had been thinking a long time about what to put here in this spot, and this box for the printer, it's really it's working out well. Keeps the dust out of it, and I didn't want just a square box. I put a little rounded edge on the corner there. Kind of like it. Let's take a closer look at some of this. So on this side, I've got a pull-out drawer. This drawer, or tabletop, I usually put my keyboard from my laptop on here. Let's get you set up a little better. So I got the laptop and the keyboard. The keyboard would sit here, the mouse would sit here, and then my monitor would sit like this. So now I would be sitting at a stool here. I'd have the monitor, keyboard. It's all good. So it doubles as a work center, not just a toolbox. So up here I've got a slide out rack with screws and parts, what have you. This 26-inch Harbor Freight top box, I have the lid removed. So I can come in from the top here. And it's just kind of a storage spot for parts of the toolbox. Parts for some of the hinges or extra gas cylinders or lighting. Over here on the side I've got my Craftsman nut driver coat rack. Got a place for blow molded cases up on top. And I've been putting power tools down on the bottom. You know, I got my mini fridge. I got tools in this 26-inch box. Kind of a catch-all for pliers. It's just a catch-all. Paperwork. You know, picks and depinning tools and wiring tools. Some extra monkey business. I'm going to put this away. Get it out of our way. So I said that this was a work center. Well, this slide right here, you know, I've got pens and scissors and a stapler, whatever. The reason I built this was because there was a 2-inch gap right here between these two boxes, and I hated it. So I added that. All of the drawers have magnets added to the back so that when they get close, they'll pull in and lock. We get to listen to the air compressor for a little bit here. Socket drawer. I've got my 3/4 inch stuff, 1/2 inch on this side, 1/4 inch in the middle, and 3/8 over on that end. I know you're going to ask, well, what do I need a 2-inch socket for when I fix chainsaws, right? Well, this is a rental shop, and I might need that for taking a ball off a trailer hitch or something like that. All this stuff gets used. Screwdrivers. You'll notice how nice and lit up this is. That's because I added underneath here a light. So if I reach up here and turn this light off, you see what a difference that makes.
And that light has the ability to shine through all the drawers. This pliers drawer is kind of a work in progress. I recently moved a bunch of pliers to one of the drawers in the 26-inch box. But that light's got it lit up pretty nice. Next drawer down is for wrenches. I've got the thin wrenches and the box wrenches and the tubing wrenches in combination and ignition wrenches and ratcheting wrenches. This drawer here is more electrical. I've got my snap-on meter and a roll of probes. We've got some feeler gauges and a temperature probe and a soldering gun and some deep pinning tools, carb adjustment tools, a tack, a digital tack, a spark checker, circuit tester, and various wire stripping tools, trailer tester, and a desoldering tool.
And even down into that bottom junk drawer down there. Now we talked about the triple rack. That's the door itself, actually. I've got all my bits. Look at, so there's a bit missing there and there. But if I got a pin in it like that, a wooden dowel, that tells me I never had anything in there. So I don't have to look for a bit that's supposed to be there. But I should be looking for this one and that one.
This method of sorting the bits has really worked out well for me. I can see everything that I've got at a glance. Sure, I've got extras and duplicates in blow-molded cases, but this sure beats having to find the right blow-molded case and then find the right bit and then struggle with snapping it in and out of that blow-molded case. This just works really nice.
This is the door on this side. Then I have on this side hammers and pry bars. On this side I've got the 14-4 lineup for snap-on.
We've got 3/8 ratchets and 1/4" ratchets. This die grinder's worked out really well. It's handy. Got a little torch and a 3/8 impact, our drill. The sanding tool, that's worked out really well as also.
Each one of these pair of slides will do 100 pounds. There's a pair on the top and a pair on the bottom. I got my T-handles here, metric, standard, Allen, Torx. This side has got those tools that always end up buried in the bottom of the box. And you can never find them because there's something buried on them. You know, if this was laid in a box, you know it'd be on the bottom and all scratched up and you couldn't read the numbers because everything was getting thrown on top of it. Over here we got like specialty bits.
These sockets are all just Allen and Torx, long and short, along with some E-Torx sockets. Having everything right here visible, I know what's there and what's missing. It's worked out really well.
The spot for my my camera, scope, whatever you want to call it. And on this side, we made a rack for cans. That works pretty good. Yeah, I found it, so don't try and claim the reward. We'll take a little closer look at the printer drawer here. I've got a gas cylinder on top with a cable stop. And then this little rack here for paper. You know, I got stuff jammed behind there. Of course, I have one of these. Gotta have an extra one of them just in case. All right, so in the future, I plan on adding something to the top of this upper lid. Something that's going to fold down and I can have more tools on there. I recently added these 100-pound gas cylinders. And I don't know if you saw me struggling when I opened it, but if I just would have let go of it, it would snap up pretty hard because it only had 67-pound cylinders on it before, and that worked really good that way. There's one more drawer. It's actually right down there. So this is just a box on wheels. And I figured it was dead space underneath the toolbox, so why not make something that'll keep the dust out and put whatever. Right now it's not being used very wisely, but all that stuff would need a spot, and now it has one. So what did we talk about? The central locking system, the monitor. Underneath here is the battery, and there's a charger for it. Got my Bluetooth speaker. Got a big mess in here. Yeah, we don't even want to look at that. Oh, on this side over here, I added a little bumper around the bottom. And then up here I have my Craftsman nut driver colt rack.
So this drawer right here is mostly 3/4" extensions and ratchets and such. This one here is kind of my medicine cabinet. You know, you get them days where you can't figure out a project, you need a little bit of Pepto to get you through. Or if you dump fuel all over yourself and you need to go talk to a customer, maybe you hit yourself with some body spray. This is kind of a catch-all drawer, but you know, I couldn't do without a lot of this stuff like this pig sticker. I got some pullers in here. Let me know in the comments if you know what this tool is right here. Works out pretty good. I got some seal pullers in there. This drawer was originally just battery terminal kind of things, but I've got brushes and markers and such. This one's punches and chisels. I've got some files and left-handed drill bits, a metal punch, some bit extensions. I mean, this stuff's all got to go somewhere, right? This one's kind of scrapers and some picks. This one was just air tools. That whole air tool thing is kind of going away for me. So it's also kind of a catch-all. One of these days I'll organize it.
Ooh.
That last drawer was Ball and Allen. This drawer was measuring equipment, but it kind of turned into that and a catch-all. You know, I got my Q-tips in here, and if I order out for Chinese, then I save the chopsticks. Those come in handy. Got the caliper. In here we have more wrenches, crowfoot, offset ratcheting, some stubbies here, and then this little nut holder goes into a wrench.
Over here we have the power drawer. I've got a power supply, power strip here with a chain inside this box here, and the power goes right out the back side of the box. And then I'm able to keep chargers in here and keep everything charged up real nice. That's been pretty handy. Over here in the side cabinet, future plans include putting a file cabinet drawer right here, so I can get all the paperwork that I've got in some of these drawers, like this one, into a file cabinet. And it's just the right size for a cabinet this way. I might have to modify the depth of the drawer to fit. Down here I just got a scale and a respirator. Well, that's all I got for you on the Big Ass Toolbox. Thanks for watching. Later.